Hi, it's Mrs. Mallet, and right now we're going to talk about how to factor cubes. Now notice at the top of the screen I have two formulas written out. These are the formulas we're going to follow when we factor a cube. You know when to use the top formula if in your original problem it's a plus, and you know how to use the bottom formula if in your original problem it's a minus. So now here's my first example here, the x to the third plus 8. So I know I'm going to use my top formula. Now the first thing I like to do is label A and B. This is A and this is B in my original problem. Now how do you know what this factors down to? Well, let's go backwards. Okay, so x to the third is what term raised to the third power? It's x, because that's x raised to the third power. And 8 is what number raised to the third power, or 8 is what number multiplied by itself 3 times? Well, it's 2, because 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So you know that your B is going to be 2. Now you're going to use those to help figure out the back formula. So all of this will use these two numbers. So let's write it out. So I have A plus B. Well, that's going to be x plus 2. Then I have A squared, and A is x, and then it'll be x squared, minus A times B, so 2 times x, which is 2x, plus b squared, or 2 squared, which is 4. Does everybody see how we wrote that out? Okay, so now let's simplify what we can. We can simplify we have the x plus 2, and then we can write x squared minus 2x, and what is 2 squared? Right, it's 4. So this is how you would factor out that cube. Let's try one with a minus. Okay, label your A and your B, and let's go backwards. So x to the third, we already know is x. Going backwards, 27 is what number multiplied by itself 3 times? It's 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and then 9 times 3 is 27. So you know that this will be 3. Now let's follow that bottom formula. The same thing way we did the top one. Okay, so it's A minus B. So it'd be x minus 3, because A is x and B is 3. So it'd be x minus 3 times x squared. So we have x squared plus A times B, so 3 times x, which is 3x, and then plus b squared. Okay, let's simplify that b squared at the very end, so we'll rewrite everything. So x squared plus 3x, and 3 times 3, 3 squared, is 9. So this is how you would factor your bottom cube. Let's try one with a number in front. I have these two here, a plus and a minus. Okay, so once again, this is your A and this is your B. So let's go backwards. 27y to the third. Okay, so 27 is what number cubed? Right, 3. And then y cubed obviously means you started off with 1y. Think of it as, what am I starting off with to get to these numbers here? And B, well, 1 is always going to be 1. So now you have your A and now you have your B. So let's go ahead and follow these. Okay, I don't see if we have it written up here, but we'll use this one as an example. So now we have A minus B. So 3y minus 1. And then it's A squared. So then it'd be 3y squared. And I put it in parentheses like that because that means we're squaring that whole term. Okay, so A squared minus, or plus, I'm sorry, A times B, so 3y times 1 is just 3y, plus 1 squared. So now let's simplify this further. So I have 3y minus 1. 3y squared is 9y squared, plus 3y plus 1. How did I get 9y squared? Because you're squaring that whole term. You're multiplying 3y times 3y. Okay, let's try it one more time. Here's my A and here's my B. So 125, A to the third. So 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So you know your A is going to be 5A. And of course your B is just going to be 1. So let's do this one more time. So it'd be 5A plus 1. And then 5A squared minus 5A plus 1 squared. And we'll simplify this further. So I have 5A plus 1. And then 25A squared minus 5A, and then plus 1. What we just worked on was factoring the some cubes, and look at these original formulas, and those are the ones you're going to use